Welcome, welcome. I'm General Yapster, and today I will be talking the fuck out of your ears about Blob, an amazing series, and a series I love, the fan base loves, and I hopefully get you to love it. Blob, what the fuck is it? I don't know. I think you're just like a blob of paint or something. You jump around, you touch buildings, you touch people, affectionately, and bring life to everyone. And of course, don't forget our favorite antagonist, Comrade Black, who is also just plankton if he were part of the Soviet Union. I love saying that every single time I talk about this game. This game series from the 2000s and I think early 2010s. Just, If you love music, you've probably heard this a couple times from certain YouTubers. I don't know which ones, but a few of them. It's jazzy, it's funky, it's awesome, it's booming. It's the tits, the music. Done beautifully, or playing beautifully by my main man John Scott, the GOAT. Now sure, you all have a bunch of games that have amazing soundtracks, but what really makes this game special besides it's just jazzy? Well, let me tell you. So the main gameplay mechanic, you're just jumping on buildings, defeating enemies, and just, doing what the game gives you. The more you paint an area, more of the music plays. Paint more buildings. Okay, here comes the brass instruments. Okay, you do this stuff. Okay, here comes the beat. And you get more and more out of the song. And that's not even to mention the color sounds, my I don't know, listeners. I don't know, I guess I could call you my grenades. Now, color sounds. Depending on what color you are covered in self in, say orange, green, blue, blah 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 blah, anything on the color wheel that you find, touch a building, kill an enemy, color a person, whatever it is, whatever color you are, it's gonna play a specific sound to that color, to that song. So in one song, if you're red, it'll do a cappella. In another one, it's gonna be, I don't know, a trumpet. Every single song is a little bit different, but most of them, there's a piece of a cappella. My personal favorite is green, because green is such a wild card in every single song. Brown is another top contender, but it's always record scratch. It's always record scratch. The first two, you go through the game pretty much exactly the same. Paint buildings, okay, now you go to the exit. Simple as that. But how it goes down, or how fast it goes, is a little bit different. The first game, it's all about just painting as much as you can, getting to a certain score checkpoint, because every single time you paint something, you get a couple points. Hit a big number, you go to the next area. But technically, you could just paint the entirety of the first area of like the entire level, and you pretty much unlock the exit, and you could go just straight there. In the second game, it's mission based, so a lot of people really like the first game because it's just do whatever amount you really want that hits that checkpoint, and then you just go to the exit. I'm okay with either one. I really like two. Two is my goat. You know the DS one? It just says fuck that. It doesn't do that at all. It's just a 2D collectathon. It's very similar to that of like Mario DS in how you go through the level. Just get to the exit, really. But each game does add its own little element to your movement. Speaking of movement, what even is the movement? Well, you jump, you roll around, and you're not gonna believe this. You get a fucking homing attack and wall running. The quote-unquote combat in this game is just holding LT. I play on controller, so this is all I know. Holding LT and then just spamming the fuck out of A. That's your entire combat system in the first game. Second game, very, very similar. Hold LT, spam the fuck out of A. But some enemies, if you attack just by jumping onto them, it hurts you, and you can't do it. So instead, you use the special ability of the game, just charging straight through them. And it uses a bunch of your paint points. Haha, PP. Your paint points acts as your health. It also acts as what you use to attack enemies with. But you get the paint points back really easily, so it doesn't really matter. The game's main problem solving isn't really that difficult. It's just get the right color, defeat all the enemies in the area, and then just paint the buildings. You get little missions that you do that give you different challenges, mainly just, oh, I need you to kill all these enemies. Oh, I need you to do this really fast. I want you to color these buildings this way because I think that'd be really fucking cool. I want you to just make a building just explode. Oh, and also don't forget, the timer does not mean a damn thing. You don't have to worry about it. All these missions come from our amazing cast of characters. Let's start with our main man, Blob. He is a hermit. That's the best way to explain him. He lives out in the fucking woods. But he's kind of chill. I'd have a drink with him. He'd probably turn immediately into yellow. We got our brainiac, Professor. He floats on his little doohickey. Biff. Biff, my man. He's just a buff dude. He's masculine. He's awesome. Zip, he's on roller skates and crack. I think he may have invented crack as well. And then we got Artie, the woman. She's also French, I think. The story is simple. Comrade Black wants to make everything bleak and black and white. He wants it boring as fuck. And then in the first game, that's it. You just kind of beat the shit out of him. Get him out. I want him dead, gone, and shoot that thing out of the sky. Because what makes a better what makes a better finale than just straight up going into the sky and going into space? That's all they do for the first two games. The DS one is in a facility. It's not as interesting. But in the second game, it gets crazy. Comrade Black just cooked as soon like at the very end of the first game after he gets defeated. He started cooking and scheming on this tiny little fucking island. Comrade Black up on that island, just with that single palm tree, rubbing his little, whatever the fuck those stubs are, going, I'm gonna get into politics. I'm gonna create a massive fucking cult. I'm gonna indoctrinate people, dump them into pools of ink and turn them into my own little minions called blanks. Yes. Then I'll go to all the different places. I'll make that cult have drones that hypnotize people into jumping into these pools of ink. Yes. I'll do even more than that. I'll go to the sodas. I'll take the soda companies and turn them all into ink sodas. Yes. And then he made a giant space laser hypnotizer ray using all the power that D-Blob gets throughout completing the levels, powering his fucking laser. The hell did... How many times did Blob shit in his cereal? This motherfucker got so mischievous into fucking crazy, this motherfucker. He's so mischievous in 2, I don't even know what the fuck they could do in 3. He already went into politics, he already controlled the world. I don't see anything else he could do. And that fucking finale in the second game, it goes hard. I mean, just, come on. You get this funky ass space surfer fucking music right here. Just take a listen. In the intro, you have D-Blob, the angriest motherfucker in the world, seeing all his friends just got hypnotized. And as you're charging on to Comrade Black, he straight up tells you to pause the game and hit quit. He straight up tells you to walk off the platform that you're on and die. I didn't even think about this shit until now, man. I'm laughing my ass off. This isn't even to mention that he just straight up gives you the choice. Oh yeah, you can save these scientists, or you could just let them die. If you just let them die, there's like nothing, you gain nothing. Even if you're just going through the level quicker that way, you really don't gain anything just doing that. And in the end, he gets a Wheatley situation. He's off in the void, just, I don't know, chasing his pants that just went into the black hole before he did. Blob, without knowing, sent Comrade Black's ass to the nether realm, and he is never to return, I think. D-Blob 1 and 2, they're on Steam. You can just buy them. They're okay ports. They're 20 bucks each, so the DS one, emulated. The DS game though, it's aight. It's pretty good. I'll give it that. It's got some questionable enemy shouts, you know. You get like a ground pound. That's the ability of that game. Besides that, you get these stars in each level, and when you get a bunch of them, you could get these extra levels in that area. And what that gives you is actually a pretty fun level in each one. I was honestly kind of surprised at how fun these little extra levels are, because each area has its own little scheme, its little gimmick. Like this one's all slides, and then the special level is just straight up a roller coaster level. You're sliding around. I do recommend it. Definitely don't emulate it though. Totally, yeah, don't do that. But yeah, that's D-Blob in a yapping session. Also, in D-Blob 2, they fucking tortured our cast. Not gonna mention too much more than that, but they put my man Biff in a tutu. How do you do that to a man? Next time on Merv Power's Yap Session, I'll be talking about the best Mega Man game ever. It was on the PSP, Mega Man Powered Up. But that's it. Good morning, good evening, good night. Yeah. Goodbye.